Hey everyone, today we're diving into a really important security standard called Device-Bound Session Credentials, or DBSC for short. It's built to shut down a very specific type of attack, one that makes your password and even your multi-factor authentication totally useless.
So let's start with this quote, because it really gets to the heart of the problem. You know, for years, we were all obsessed with protecting passwords, but the game has changed. Attackers have figured out it's way easier to just steal your active login session after you've already done all the hard work of proving who you are.
And that's the truly scary part. Think about it. You can have the world's strongest password. You can have the most secure MFA setup, but if an attacker gets their hands on your session cookie with some infostealer malware, they can just walk right into your accounts. All those defenses you set up, completely bypassed.
Okay, so let's really break down this new threat. What makes a stolen session so different, and why are our old security tools just not cutting it anymore?
You know, the best way to picture this is with a simple key analogy. A normal session cookie? That's like a key to your house. If a thief steals that key, or even just makes a copy, they can unlock your door. It doesn't matter who is holding the key. But a DBSC-bound session, that's totally different. It's like the key is literally fused to the lock on your front door. It simply will not work on any other door, period.
And that's exactly where DBSC comes in. It's this really elegant, hardware-based solution to this very specific problem.
And here's the most important takeaway. DBSC is an open web standard that cryptographically locks your login session to the physical hardware of your computer. This means that even if a hacker manages to steal that session token, it is completely and utterly worthless on any other machine.
Now, I know this diagram looks a little complicated, but here's the beauty of it. This all happens completely silently in the background. The key thing to understand is that your browser creates a private key that gets locked into your device's hardware. The server then keeps sending these little cryptographic challenges that only your specific device can solve. It's a constant proof that the session is legitimate, and it all happens without you having to lift a finger.
So what's the magic that makes this all possible? Well, it's actually hardware that's probably already inside your computer right now. It's a secure vault called a TPM on Windows PCs or a Secure Enclave on Macs. The private key that DBSC creates for your session gets stored right in there, and it is physically impossible to copy or export it. Even if an attacker has full admin access to your machine, they can't get that key out. This is true hardware security.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the practical side of things, because this isn't some futuristic idea, it's actually happening right now. So who's already on board and supporting this?
And the momentum here is huge. Google has already rolled it out in Chrome. Microsoft actually co-developed the standard. The W3C is formalizing it so it'll work everywhere. And you've got major identity providers like Okta and Corbado jumping on board. This is a massive signal from the industry that device binding is the future of keeping our sessions safe.
And for any of you executives or developers watching, listen up, because this is the best part. You don't have to rewrite your entire application to get this protection. DBSC is designed to live at the edge of your network, on your API gateway or your reverse proxy. That gateway handles all the complex crypto stuff, and then it just passes a normal, validated session token to your old application. It is a super high-impact upgrade with minimal disruption.
All right, let's get into our final and most actionable section. If you're an auditor or you're a security leader, how do you actually check that this protection is turned on and working? Let's get specific.
We're going to look at the two biggest players in the enterprise space, Google Workspace and Microsoft Entra ID. Now, they both offer this kind of protection, but they do it in slightly different ways. And there's one really, really important catch you need to know about.
So in the Google world, it's actually pretty simple. You just go into the admin console, find Google Session Control, and there's a big checkbox to enable DBSC. From there, you can use your context-aware access policies to decide who it gets enforced for. It's a nice, clean on or off switch. Now, let's talk about Microsoft. And please, pay close attention here, because this is the critical point for any auditor. Microsoft calls their feature Token Protection. Right now, it does a great job securing your native desktop apps, like Outlook and Teams. But, and this is a big but, it does not yet protect your standard web browser sessions. That's a huge potential gap to be aware of. So, when you're auditing a Microsoft environment, you've got to look in two places. First, you go into your conditional access policies and check if Require Token Protection is turned on. That'll cover your native apps. But then for the web browser side, you need to go check that the Defender for Cloud Apps connectors are active, because that's what provides the compensating control for web sessions.
Which brings us to the honest fighting you might have to put in your audit report.
If you see token protection enabled, but those Defender connectors are off, then that organization only has partial protection. Sure, their desktop apps are safe from this attack, but all their browser sessions on sites like office.com are still wide open and vulnerable. Documenting that difference is absolutely critical.
So that brings us to the end, and really the final question is for you. This technology isn't a someday thing, it is here right now. So have you started looking into DBSC or token protection in your own company's environment yet? It's definitely time to start asking the question. Thanks for joining me.